we met with some of the biggest PE firms that existed. And they said that right now you could sell the company for 150 million. But if you just wait a year, you could sell it for 350, 500 million. So to sell the business for 50 million, when your expectation and that you know you could have sold it 19 months earlier for 150, it was disheartening.
The moment of sale, like, what was that moment like? And I mean, for some people those numbers are mind-blowing, but I'm just curious as to what that meant to you and Alex at the time.
I think selling a business, more of the emotional up and down comes before. The moment itself was very unfulfilling. It was just me and Alex sitting alone in a hotel room when it happened. Because you don't know when it's gonna happen. You can target a date, but you might be anywhere when it happens. And we just happened to be on the last day of a vacation in Mexico, because we had actually planned the vacation to be after the sale, but the sale went too long, and so we were there through the last few weeks of the sale, which was very stressful. So I think all the times leading up to it, and all the micro decisions, signing contracts, making decisions, telling different people on our team it was gonna happen, those were harder for me than the actual moment. And I think in the moment, I was like, we did it. You know, we did what we said we were gonna do. Like, prove a point that we could sell this, we could build a sellable company and show other people it's possible. And I felt excited because I knew what we were gonna do next, which was acquisition.com. But at the same time, and I think this was probably more how Alex felt in the moment, I'm not gonna speak for him, but I'm just guessing, I just remember he didn't talk for like 3 hours. You know, we went to breakfast and we just didn't speak. He was just quiet. And I was like, what's wrong? I'm like hoping he's not like, I regret that, you know? He's like, I don't know. And I think somewhat of the feeling was that what a lot of people don't know is that about 19 months prior to that, we met with some of the biggest PE firms that existed. And we had the company valued, and they said that right now you could sell the company for 150 million. But if you just wait a year and you add in this technology that you're building right now, you could sell it for 350, 500 million. So to sell the business for 50 million, when your expectation and that you know you could have sold it 19 months earlier for 150, but then COVID hit. So when they told us to wait and to build this thing, and we listened. And I remember thinking, all my friends have said, you can always sell, you can never sell too early, but you can sell too late. But it felt still pretty early. So I was like, it feels too early, you know? I don't think a lot of people understand that it was disheartening because we were going through the process of prepping the company to sell, and then COVID hit. And the company took a huge haircut, you know, like cut our EBITDA in half. Not to mention now you're in an industry that nobody wants to buy anything in. But we had already gotten so excited about starting acquisition.com that we were like, I don't want to keep doing this. But it also feels like, holy crap, are we going to leave that much money on the table? But then there's the other thought. Well, what's going to happen? Is it really going to go back to where it was? And so I think there was a lot of conflict throughout the entire process because I felt very like a sense of, I definitely felt angry at times because I felt like, God, I'm ignorant. And that's why we didn't sell earlier. If I had known, like there's so many outside forces waiting to kill your business. You know, COVID was one that obviously affected us greatly. And, you know, obviously I'm like, dang, would have been cooler to sell it for 150 million. And obviously the business is worth a lot more today than we sold it for. So I think that's why, like, when the sale was done, it felt relieving because we had for so long had this vision of acquisition.com that we wanted to pursue, and we weren't able to because we were like, well, if the company doesn't sell, what if we have two businesses? That's not acceptable. So it felt relieving. At the same time, I think we both thought many times in the beginning, we're like, was that the right move? You know, like, was that the right decision to make? And it was, because it gave us a lot of the skills and the knowledge that we have now that allows us to do a lot of things in acquisition.com. But at the same time, if I went back with the skills I have now, I would have never sold the company.
I hope you're enjoying this Leila Hormozi video. It was sponsored by mulliganbrothers.com, where site-wide right now is buy one, get one free across all t-shirts. The mission behind the clothing brand has always been to inspire change and to be able to deliver this content on YouTube for free. This support from you guys allows us to do exactly that and get our film crew out to Las Vegas to be able to go and film Leila Hormozi. So all t-shirts are buy one, get one free if you use code SALE at checkout. That includes the all new symbol designs, the Inspire Change t-shirts, the classics. Absolutely every single t-shirt in any combination is buy one, get one free using code SALE. Also, everything across the site is now discounted, from the hoodies to the posters, and yes, including the journal with some heavy discounts with a link in the description. Once this is gone, guys, it is gone. Thank you for supporting projects like this, and we promise to continue to deliver great motivation and great inspiration. Let's jump back into the video. I can see why it was frustrating, you know, massively, but also just talking from the young woman who was selling at Planet Fitness. When was there a part of her looking at 50 million hitting an account and going, what the fuck? Like, was there any of that? Did you think about just going, you know what, we can just be out here, like we could, you know, we can just chill, we've got money for the rest of our lives if we want to?
Yeah, it sounds very depressing. Like if we were to sell the business and then just put it into real estate or into the S&P or like, you know, treasuries or whatever, we could have gotten great returns on that. And that is definitely a possibility. But then what do we do? You know, like really, what do I do until I die?
But most people are like, oh, go to the restaurant, go on holidays. You know, yeah, what is that?
You know, during the sale process, we had very little ability to do anything in the business because we had put, you know, CEO in place. And at the same time, we couldn't build something new. So we did a lot of traveling, seeing friends, eating out, and it was nice at times, but it didn't feel satisfying. And I think there's like a false sense of comfort found in living a life of luxury and comfort. And I just don't want that for myself. I think I'm really grateful that we had that time before the sale to kind of do that on a micro scale, because I see a lot of people who sell their company and they get really weird, you know? Like they stop, whatever they had that built that company, it leaves them. And I think one, it didn't feel like a big enough win for that to leave me. I know that sounds crazy. But two, I'm happier when I'm in motion, when I'm striving for something, when I'm doing something, when I'm trying to achieve a goal. And, you know, I think at the end of the day, it's like living a life just like being relaxed and not striving for anything and not trying to improve myself does not make a lot of the hard times worth it. And I think building something really epic and cool that can make the world better does.
Thank you for watching this video with Leila Hormozi talking about selling Gym Launch. What an incredible story Alex and Leila have around business. It's absolutely fantastic, and the growth that they've been on. Thank you to Leila for doing this. We have so many highlights coming out, so please subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the join button if you want to become a channel member, and please remember, today's video was sponsored by the end of summer sale at mulliganbrothers.com, where you can use code SALE for 50% off on t-shirts, buy one get one free on t-shirts, hoodies, hoodie vests, and then also the Not a Journal and the Memento Mori poster are also on sale. Link down below. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.